Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia Williams and I am the author of Back to Basics. And today I am going to talk to you about your power. And what I specifically mean by that is the power behind your stroke. Now, what motivated me to talk about this topic is that I have seen a lot of online demonstration videos going around that show some pretty cool techniques, but don't necessarily take into account body positioning when applying them. And that really is an absolutely fundamental consideration, especially if you want to be doing this for many, many years to come. So let's talk about what to do and what not to do. Okay, so let's start first. The most important thing to recognize is that the power behind your stroke is always going to come from your feet. All right, so as you move, whether you're pushing forward or pulling back or even going side to side, the feet initiate the movement. So you're pushing, if you're in a lunge position, asymmetrical, you're going to be pushing from your back foot toward your front foot. And then when you pull back, you're going to be pushing from that front foot back onto your back foot. Now you'll notice too, as I'm doing that, my core is shifting back and forth from front to back or from side to side, always staying in this balanced place between these two feet that are moving me back and forth, okay? The other thing to consider is that your breath adds fuel to this movement. So as you, say for example, are pushing forward, you are exhaling. As you're pulling back, you're inhaling. Pushing forward, pulling back, inhaling. It's like Tai Chi, right? And you have to consider too that even though the client doesn't recognize exactly what's happening, they are going to feel that fluidity in your body. They're going to feel that as a really beautiful movement of energy, and it's coming from a grounded place. Okay. Now I know that I'm demonstrating things in a way like it's all long strokes, and of course you're going to be doing more than long strokes, but this works fine with short strokes too, forward and back, even frictions, lots of different ways that we can apply it. And actually stay tuned, because in a future column I am going to talk about some of those positions that we may think are a little more difficult to apply these concepts, but actually it's not. It just takes a little bit of modification. All right, let's talk now too about keeping your strokes close to the body. You don't want to be reaching so far that your upper body is going over the feet, okay? It's always going to be positioned above this central core of your body, okay? If you are reaching, then you want to be taking a step forward to be what gets you forward, not reaching your body to get yourself forward, okay? So that is part of the dance. You get to a certain point, you bring this foot in and you shift yourself in this way. It's really this beautiful dance that we do. And again, the clients feel it. All right, lastly, let's talk about what not to do. And I have a table here to demonstrate. Okay, I'm going to put my back to you. Normally we want to be in an open body position facing the table with all of our strokes, okay? What we do not want to do is be twisting. Okay, so always keeping in mind, your core needs to be facing the work that you're doing with your client. And if it's not, you're going to be really hurting your body in that process. So never body open facing away from the table, always body open facing the table, facing the client. Okay, of course, with the breathing, don't hold your breath. Always be mindful that this is almost like a beautiful meditation. It's very therapeutic for the practitioner as much as it is for the client. You also want to make sure that you're not remaining stagnant in your feet. When you plant your feet and you're moving back and forth, actually there's a little less momentum, okay? There's less of that movement, of that dance of energy. So you're going to be pushing off just like you would in a gait. You've got full ankle foot movement going on, planting, and then pushing through your entire foot. And I recognize you can't see my feet right now, but the key is that you just don't want to remain too stagnant. We're going to be really having fluidity in our lower body as we bend our knees and straighten them. Bend our knees and straighten them. Bend our knees and straighten them. Okay? Don't work on your tiptoes. and also don't work with straight legs, okay? And then lastly, and this is a really big one that I've seen recently, is, and it goes along with that, if instead of overreaching, if you have to take a long stroke down the table, because it does feel really good to connect these strokes all the way from the top of the body to the bottom, or to the end of the body. Okay, say we're doing a stroke here and we need to keep on going. Instead of reaching, we want to bring the foot forward and walk. The other thing we do not want to do is take a step forward and walk. Because what's happening when we take that step forward is we no longer have that open body position. We're putting the hip to the table and then walking. That's definitely a no-no. Always open to the table. Otherwise, it's really going to hurt your low back and your shoulders. So there you go. These are the things I have for you today. But again, stay tuned. There will be more to come, as I know there are some special techniques that may seem harder to apply these concepts, but they really work all the same, and I will show you how. Until then, practice and be powerful.